Hello there. I wanted to talk about a new omnibus that I picked up just before the sort of shutdown occurred. This is iZombie from Vertigo, or DC rather. I think the Vertigo label's gone. This is what inspired the TV series to be made of the same name. I got it because I hadn't read the comic before. I liked the TV series and I wanted to see what it was all about. What you need to know is that this has got nothing really to do with the TV series at all. It's totally different character, story and settings. There's some information in the back about the series, but otherwise this is a totally different kettle of fish. Main character is called Gwendolyn. She's a young woman who is a zombie. She works as a gravedigger and she has friends, one of whom is a were-terrier, the other of whom is a ghost. She has to eat brains once a month to stop her memories from going and her turning into a zombie. She hates eating brains, but you know, she's just trying to get on with her life. And she's, you know, trying to have a relationship with people and trying to have as best a life as she can without interfering with her old life or what she can remember of it. So she's not like meeting her parents or her former friends or anything like that. It's got a plot that goes from sort of slice of life, just trying to get on with it, to Lovecraftian, like gods coming in to try and destroy our world. And it's written in such a way that it feels it naturally gets there. I would like to have seen a bit more of the slice of life stuff. I mean, you've got plenty of pages in here, but you know, the story's got to develop and it's got to go somewhere, I suppose, or it just get a little bit monotonous. The art style's really good. It suits the style of the story. It's a really enjoyable read, and it's a compelling read, and I was really pleased with having read it, and I almost wish there was another volume to go through, but the story does properly conclude as well. It's got a beginning, a middle and an end. It's one of those stories where the ancillary characters are interesting and you wish you knew more about them, but then you also know in the back of your mind that you've probably got enough of what you actually need, whereas if they went off and did lots of other adventures with these characters, you probably get a bit bored with them. But that's good storytelling. The production on the book is great. It's got a great binding. It's got a good cover. It's got nice paper for the pages. It feels nice and thick, and it doesn't have this glossy look to the pages. It's got a matte look, which I do prefer for this type of colouring and art style. I've said this before in other reviews of omnibuses. It's a lot like the image books, where they tend to have that matte colouring on the page, and I think it just works better with certain types of comic books. But it feels like a quality buy. I got this for £35, which is cheap for an omnibus. A lot of these Vertigo omnibuses seem to be retailing around £35. And they're totally worth picking up. I already said the Planetary Omnibus is one of my favourite science fiction stories and is absolutely huge and totally worth buying for that price. And this, I would say as well, if you want something that isn't all superheroes but is a bit sort of knowing and a little bit meta, not very, but a little bit, and it's just a fun, enjoyable read, I would say pick up the iZombie omnibus as soon as you can, because at the moment this is one of the few omnibuses that is left in print that you can get during the shutdown that is going on whilst this video is being filmed. And if you haven't seen the TV series, you might feel like watching it after you've read this. It's available on Netflix, and if you've seen the series and want to see what inspired it, then again, this is worth checking out. There's an interesting bit at the back actually in the extras where the guys that did the book were actually hired to do the sort of animated sequence for the start of the TV series, and you get a little breakdown of the pictures and that for it, so it is very interesting. I think one of the only reasons they didn't fully copy this for the TV series was because her living with a werewolf and a ghost would be too close to the series being human that had been out for years before. But you know, it does its own thing, and it's certainly nowhere in the same ballpark as that kind of storytelling or that where that show went. So don't feel you're buying a sort of being human book by accident. This is its own story. Look, please feel free to let me know your thoughts on the book if you've read it, and please feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks.